Hey, my voice isn't that deep. I don't know why the fuck. Oh, hey. That's fine. Whatever. Um, I mean, we're doing the raids today on Maleficent. I guess we'll start on the Duke. I'm wondering if I should send over my gold damage gem to Duke. Probably not. He's not. Doesn't really need it. And my fucking paladin doesn't need it either. But I mean, shit, right? Shit, shit. Oh, actually, you know what? Probably sold my fucking thing. Alright, let's do Una's first, because I fucking hate doing Una's. So it's probably Una's first, because I hate them. Oh! Low pang, baby. Low pang. Alright, so we're gonna pull up the... Oh, that's supposed to be YouTube chat. And that shit ain't working. Okay, so I need to open up YouTube. Yeah, switch over to my YouTube channel real quick. Actually, I can just search it up. Engineering beef and open up YouTube. Yeah, switch over to my YouTube channel real quick. Sub to myself. I can just search it up. Like my own video. Yep. This is perfect. Oh god, my camera quality is trash. Okay, but no, I'm here. Pop out chat. Grab this URL, copy it. Go to my OBS. Like my own video. Yep. This is perfect. Oh god, my camera quality is trash. Alright, everything's good now. Oh shit, dude. We got fucking React Andy going right now as well. I do want to react Andy to some shit. Just because, like, I'm watching, like, Lost Ark plays on my phone here. I want to see some Lost Ark plays. Like, it seemed like a good YouTube video, right? So, Lost Ark. There we are. Ah, shit. I gotta change this over. Chill. So it looks like I'll have to put the headphones on. Ugh. I love not wearing my headphones while I'm playing. Cause like I get no sunlight, right? And I'm about to go into a basement where I'm gonna get even less sunlight.
Two? exchange the items, right? And then switch up the armor, like etc. Whatever. Increase it with bound items only, and during like the fifth, and then if I get like 15-20, right? Just do full 1-5, and when you do that, you can still bust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's not how you play a game, because that's not gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But if you want to be rich as fuck, then like,
Yeah,
that's
if you want
what
to make
you
the
would do.
most
Yeah.
money in the first
Yeah,
couple
just
weeks.
most money. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna.
Oh, sweet. Memorizer is checking out our last vid. Wait, what is he doing?
Do you want to lick the butt part as well? Yeah, here you go. Yeah, here. Yeah.
That's chat.
Yeah.
I feel violated.
Yeah, lick it thoroughly, guys. Butt and
The fucking
you know,
chat, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is what I need in my life. Ooh, I
put it on
need
the resume.
this.
You can put on the resume.
So under
Mario
here at the
3.
bottom of your screen,
Because
guys,
all the parties,
where
yeah, you know all the parties. When I just started and all that stuff.
at the bottom of your screen, guys, where it's just a black bar. If I had music going, the music would be what's the word? The music would be telling you what it is. It'd be like displaying what the song is and who it's by, which I really like. I think it's cool. But I need to do that for YouTube.
The party actually
but I
had a
can build
name
that
where
pretty easily.
we need Mario 3. Yeah.
This right here is an Esther soul.
Oh my god, he actually got it.
You got it?
You want to sell it to me?
What?
I'll buy it for you.
What?
My Esther soul.
Holy
over
shit!
there!
Congrats.
Why Bruce got a Esther soul?
Yo, sell it to me, man.
What?
My Esther soul.
No, it's
Why is
his.
it over there?
It's his. You know, the Esther Soul's price is going down.
yeah, chat. Let's be happy. At least let's try to be happy. Yeah, let's be happy. Why not, chat? Why not? Let's be happy.
Orezer's a genius, dude. This guy actually knows all the tricks.
Chat, let's be happy.
He just does a little
I'm an
dance.
entertainer, right, chat? I'm an
Little
entertainer.
dance
I
and
am
showers
happy.
himself in gold.
I am happy.
I love this.
I am
So
happy.
smart.
I am happy. I am happy. I am happy.
He's
I
not.
am-
He
As a
does.
metric enjoying
not-
Brit, I
not
have my
sure.
head in my hands.
Ooh.
I'm
I saw this
1.9
earlier.
million. Are we the same height? I can do a kiss. Wait, I don't. Who uses meters?
Oh.
Who uses meters, man? I've never used meters before. Wait, do you guys use
Oh.
meters in EU? I thought you used CM.
Oh.
I thought you guys use CM in EU, not meters.
Man, that's not good.
Certain streamer, I'm a fan of certain streamer. Well, okay, let me start over. If I'm a viewer, and if there's two streamers that's doing a con hard and normal, I'm gonna watch the person that's doing hard.
Yeah, for
What,
sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna watch
That's
the
how it
boobs.
works.
Huh? I'm gonna watch the boobs.
I mean, that's another
Boobs?
story. Boobs, booba.
But boobs do get boring fast.
Oh,
I
you
watch
mean female streamers?
I mean, guys have boobs.
You call them boobs?
What the fuck you
Booba.
call them then?
Booba.
It's a
I
boob.
like pockies.
Wait, speaking of a con,
Is there anything worse than a DC before you hit honing results? I guess we'll never know.
What happened?
I wonder what Argos is looking like right now.
21%. Oh, always pitting, man. Just never succeeds. Never succeeds until it actually just does. Server? I don't know. Server is closed. I'm gonna go. Gotta go to sleep.
I don't think it's now.
It's on 125.
Never mind. Yeah, it is. Oh,
Oh my god. I mean, if you dodged, it should be fine.
Yep. Bro, you don't trust.
Wait, what the fuck? Why did I die if I
It was on
have the
time.
buff?
It was on time. Because
No.
you're not.
You got hit by the pizza. Probably.
No, it doesn't matter. I survived the pizza.
Nope.
I have the buff. I have the Balthor buff. It's just desync or something. I didn't get hit by the pizza, but that doesn't even matter.
Sing talks about the difference between a good and a great support.
I know.
I've played with a lot of supports. I've played with a lot of like good supports. Never played with one like him before.
I know.
To give you guys like an idea of how good he is on support. When I
On
go to
this
Hell
support, this is
Cuckoo,
me.
or really
Trust.
any Hell mode as a sorceress, the support waits for my call before they buff. Cause like they have to wait for my igniter, my arcane rupture, and then as soon as I call it, they give buff.
Yes.
Lust Boy, he doesn't wait for my call. He waits to see the animation of my Sork doing the arcane rupture.
I noticed that too.
Yeah,
he looks at all of us.
He looks at the animation instead of waiting for the call. So if you call, if you say you're ready to go, but then you get like interrupted by the boss, he doesn't buff. He waits until like he actually sees your character is gonna do the damage.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's like pushing that just a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just a little more.
Which elixir is good for the demonic? It's either two, like salvation or hallucination. Yeah, and it really depends on your build. Yeah, salvation is when you go for spec crit. Yeah, and hallucination is for spec swiftness. Yeah, depending on that, spec swiftness runs raid captain, whereas spec crit
Did we
will
get any
run.
P2 enjoyers while I was gone? Probably not.
What's that called, chat? Spec crit will run cursed
good,
doll, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah. Over the.
Do we have a
raid
P2
captain.
enjoyer?
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video.
Oh, wait. I see the issue. My engravings are trash.
It's a full health bar the whole way through. See? My health bar is full. No threat at all on me. Taking damage is for... I killed myself. I am so dumb.
Hey guys, my name is Dom and welcome back to Top Lost Ark Plays. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed today's video and submit your clips using the link in the description. But let's get into it.
Whoa. Whoa! Those are huge.
Gun lancers aren't just Giga Chads in PvE.
Just drop an angel on him, Manu, if ever somebody.
Knew it.
Oh, three man! Knew it!
Vreau să-i farmez.
Uite, vin spre ce.
De ce sunteți voi aici? Hai
Hai
să-i
să
farmez.
Veniți sus.
Poftim, mă, m-ați făcut să-mi întrerup. Mi-ați făcut să întrerup ăla și i-am făcut deja Dani, eu omoră pe toți. Dar mai lasă și la alții ceva.
Le-ai dat o
Am ajuns.
I mean, you guys control. I'm super serious though. Now, who the fuck was that? Man, what the fuck is that, dude? I'm gonna watch the replay. I will find you. I will hunt you down, man. I swear. Give me the clip. No, it was not me. Give me the VAR.
Don't push it either, because you don't have the balls.
Who the fuck pushed? Look like this, guys. Like that. Like that, boys. Assassin. I could craft this, which matches my thongs perfectly. Or, this is no gamble. It's no risk. Or, I could use those to try to craft a legendary skin.
We'll never know the highs and lows of Yoz's jar gacha, and maybe that's a good thing.
I have pizza still.
Yes! Fuck you, Ayana. Huh? GG? Left my... What's up, my left nut, dude? You know who I am, man. I'm a luck fucking god, dude. Huh? Woo! Bitches! We just made it, baby! Woo!
What the fuck, man? Oh my god.
Point of view, you're a dinosaur 66 million years ago.
Bro, my screen was literally, meteors. I couldn't see a fucking thing on my screen. Literally, meteors.
Oh my god.
True, dude. True.
I dashed the wrong way!
See, I need to get into GBG. I have like
I inted.
no GBG screen,
I saw it so early.
and it looks really fun.
I entered.
Dude, it was like, it was a 50-50. I could only dash. I was like directly in the middle almost. Can someone give me a clip of that? Like, it looked good. It looked good. Like,
2% success rate for plus 25 with only 9% pity. Surely not.
Quanto de blast que já pegou aí, o Hakim?
Meu Deus. Meu Deus.
Okay, front, back, front. Just look at him and then DPS. Grab my top pen. No.
Darknet if you have.
I have.
He will grab after tiring. What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What? Easy.
Holy shit, dude, I'm playing fucking soaking in my fucking water. Holy shit.
If you've got a guild v guild rival you could do with getting rid of, here's a very unethical life tip. Please do not try this.
So someone who's like a guild versus guild guy, right? And one of his competitors bought gold, like RMT gold, sent it to his mail,
God damn.
and hoped that he accepted it.
I
He
just
did
breathed
accept
fucking
it,
crust.
And then the amount was large enough, and it got to the count flag, and he got banned. So basically, his competitor got him banned.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
That's pretty five head, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was awful. Can I clip that? I can't, because I'm not watching my own stream. Ow.
Oh my goodness.
Ah.
What's better than a free tap? Back-to-back free tap.
Oh, that was choke. Could have died.
oh shit!
I'm a little rattled.
What the fuck? Imagine 2 in a row though. Oh fuck! What the? What the?
When it comes to ladies, Cute Dog has some interesting chat. Watch the master at work.
My brother is in my tab.
Oh my god, how long was he in there?
How long were you like?
Tell him we're just friends. We're just playing up this very
Yeah.
sexual. We have a very
What?
strong sexual tension in it, and we're just playing it. No, we do. We're just playing it up for stream so that the chatters have something to talk about. Yeah, tell him that it's just a performance. It's like theater. We're role playing.
It's role playing.
Yeah. Me and Alex are role playing. Father daughter.
I'm gonna kill.
Oh man.
In.
Oh man, that was pain.
My bug bomb here.
Can you stop moving, please?
Yeah, whoever's we're trying it out, man.
You have
Anchors again, anchors.
That mod is now counting down to his own throws, which is pretty toxic.
1, 2,
Give a little bit lower.
3. Oh my! What?
No.
Oh my god. I even dash. I got hit on the dash. What the?
New 50-50 was bullshit. It's not. That's the worst part. Come on, it's my birthday, right? Let's fucking go. Oh, 5 out of 18. All right.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video.
I'm like staring at my keyboard right now. Oh, I love these
Hello,
videos.
everybody. It is time for 0 to Giga Chat.
I love these videos.
I have a fresh 1445 Deadeye. If I happen to have like a 1445 character myself, this is how I would build from scratch to a build that I would want, right?
I couldn't see the chat, so that was probably
Considering
bad
the
of me.
choices I have it with the legendary engravings and threats.
Oh, come on, bro.
Plus, you know, like just theory crafting in general. So for Deadeye, they go spec crit. They can also go spec swift because they're slow. And that being said, their spec scales with damage. So spec is their main stat, but the necklace can be either crit or swift. That's what I was trying to say. Now, one more important part is I go to Trixian real quick and figure out what kind of stats I want or what kind of engraving I want, right? So, the engraving is pretty simple. You go Grudge, Keen Blunt, you have Curse Claw as a choice, you have Adrenaline as a choice, and then you have Master of Ambush as a choice. Right? You got Master of Ambush as a choice, so the very end build, most of the time that people do, would be something like level 1 class engraving, and then you have level 3 Grudge, First Skull, and Master. Some of the stuff that you guys need to do is there are so many other options, and it's important for you to think about, oh, is this the build that I want, or is that the build that I want, right? Is this the playstyle that I want? There's also another option where I can go, instead of Adrenaline, I can actually go Spirit of Distortion as well. It's not a wrong thing. If I go Spirit of Distortion, what happens is I get 15% of movement speed attack speed, and it's going to feel super comfortable going doing my combats, right? I'm so fast, right? But at the same time, since my swiftness is there, I can allocate my necklace to be crit on crit, and then put more on spec for more damage. If I do it this way, we can do the calculation here. So it's 84.89. So I have less crit, a little bit less crit, but I have it covered here. And with the Yearning set, I would be 100.5%. You also lose CDR, correct? But this is like another option that you can do because Spirit Distortion is a cheap engraving, as you guys know. It's a very cheap engraving, so these are some of the options that you can do, and then you actually have no problem clearing raids because it's like usually that you can do. So, in my opinion, the build that I actually have in mind.
I hate that. My fucking W never
This
goes
is
off.
where it gets.
Also, my audio sounds
I'm
hella
going to
fucked.
search how much this engraving is. I think this is gonna be expensive. But I'm gonna see how expensive these things are. It's very important to see like what kind of this is. Obviously, the Korean market, so it's a little different. But let's see how expensive these are. Look how expensive these are. It's pretty expensive. 90k for a green ring, right? Oh wait, so level 1 class seems to be very expensive. What about level 3, right?
I do it backwards. As in, like, what if I go level 3 class instead? Is it gonna be more expensive? What if I do 3-3 like this? Right? There's so many more options. These are the process that you need to follow in order for you to.
I can't hear him right here at the moment.
Look at it, 9,500 for 3-3, grudge 3, and then class 3. The reason why I'm trying to get this in a ring is because you want to have the most expensive accessories on a ring, as in like the most expensive engravings, which is usually the class. And class 5 tends to be more expensive because what happens is this tends to be most people are going for class level 1 for that final build. That's why it's like a little bit more expensive. I kind of wanted to make this is the build I wanted to do because I have legendary curse doll and a legendary I have legendary curse doll and legendary grudge. So I could have gotten like this build with like Swift like this. This is technically the build that I would look for, right? Because I have legendary curse doll, legendary grudge. So this will be the build. But getting that accessory, this particular accessory is going to be so hard. So I have a thought where can I actually have this build without having
that was so trippy. I thought there was
like
something wrong with my eardrum because I felt something in my right ear. Like I felt like an ear bubble.
Is that going to be possible?
Or like an air bubble or
This
something.
is why a
When your ears need to pop, you know what I mean?
So let's say I have grudge.
I'm like
12 like this.
can't hear him, yeah.
And then I have team. Ambush.
That's
Then
all
I have
I'm
class 1. And then I have curse stall, ambush, keyboard.
No.
Right? So let's say I have this particular let's say I cover keen blunt, adrenaline, stone. If I happen to get a 7-7, can I work it around to have so look at this, since I have double engraving, I can get a 7-7 stone,
You know
but I
what
can get a
time it is?
level just get a 5 class just get a 5. I don't need like a side engraving. How cheap is it going to be if I do that, right? So look at this, some of these 2k rings, this has awakening because these are shit engravings, right? So I have a lot more options to get that class engraving. But everything else, if you look at here, 5-3, I need to get a 5-3, and I need to get a 5-3, and I need to get a 5-3. And the requirement is to get a 7-7 stone. This is why if you get like a 7-7 stone instead of a 7-6 stone, you get to save a lot of money because one engraving, like one of your accessory can just be a 5 class engraving. Because you guys saw the difference. 5, and if I add in another engraving that you need, this turns into like 20k, right? And if this is the particular build that I'm aiming for, you always write it down on the spreadsheet and search accordingly, see what happens. And always handle the most expensive engraving first. So let's look at the final build now. So this is 10%. How much crit do I have with the swiftness? So I'm going to have a 0% on crit. 2.21 plus. I have level 10, level 2 in adrenaline, so it'll be level
good info.
plus 10. Plus, and then level 1 class and ring will be plus 10. And then, and if I finish my entropy set, it'll be 17% plus. And then back attack will be 10%. And then synergy will be 10%. 69.21%. There's another option too. So let's say instead of spec, what if I put
I need to watch this video. Fuck the
the
chat, bro.
here,
I'm about to pull this up on the main, on like the big screen as well, so I can
9.41
see it big.
plus 10% back attack, 10% synergy, 17% entropy, 10%.
We're restarting the video, boys.
What am I missing? 20% class. It'll be 76.1. This is what. Hello, everybody. It is time for 0 to Giga Chat. I have a fresh 1445 Deadeye. If I happen to have like a 1445 character myself, this is how I would build from scratch to a build that I would want, right? Considering the choices I have with the legendary engravings that I've read so far, plus, you know, like theory crafting in general. So for Deadeye, they go spec crit. They can also go spec swift. because they're slow. And that being said, their spec scales with damage. So spec is their main stat, but the necklace can be either crit or swift. That's what I was trying to say. Now, one more important part is I go to Trixian real quick and figure out what kind of stats I want or what kind of engravings I want, right? So, the engraving is pretty simple. You go Grudge, Keen Blunt, you have Curse Stall as a choice, you have Adrenaline as a choice, and then you have Master of Ambush as a choice too, right? You got Master of Ambush as a choice, so the very end build, most of the time that people do, would be something like level 1 class engraving, and then you have level 3 of, Adrenaline, Grudge, Keen Blunt, Curse Stall, and Master of Ambush. Some of the stuff that you guys need to do is, there are so many other options, and it's important for you to think about, oh, is this the build that I want, or is that the build that I want, right? Is this the playstyle that I want? There's also another option where I can go, instead of Adrenaline, I can actually go Spirit of Absorption as well. It's not a wrong build. If I go Spirit of Absorption, what happens is I get 15% of movement speed, attack speed, and it's going to feel super comfortable doing my combats, right? I'm so fast, right? But at the same time, since my swiftness is there, I can allocate my necklace to be crit on crit, and then put more on spec for more damage. If I do it this way, we can do the calculation here. So it's 84.89. So I have less crit, a little bit less crit, but I have it covered here. And with the Yearning set, I will be 125%. You also lose CDR, correct? But this is like another option that you could do, because Spirit Absorption is a cheap engraving, as you guys know. It's a very cheap engraving, so these are some of the options that you can do, and then you actually have no problem clearing raids because it's like a legitimate build that you could do. So, in my opinion, the build that I actually have in mind is this. So, this is where it gets interesting. I'm going to search how much this engraving is. I think this is gonna be expensive. Now, I'm gonna see how expensive these things are, right? It's very important to see like what kind of, this is obviously the Korean market, so it's a little bit different, but let's see how expensive these are. Look how expensive these are. It's pretty expensive. 90k for a green ring, right? Oh wait, so level 1 class seems to be very expensive. What about level 3, right? I do it backwards, as in like, what if I go level 3 class instead? Is it gonna be more expensive? What if I do 3-3 like this, right? There's so many more options. These are the process that you need to follow in order for you to find a good build. So look at this, 9,500 for a 3-3, Grudge 3, and then class 3. The reason why I'm trying to get this in a ring is because you want to have the most expensive accessories on a ring, as in like the most expensive engravings, which is usually the class. And class 5 tends to be more expensive because what happens is this tends to be, most people are going for class level 1 for that final build. That's why it's like a little bit more expensive. I kind of wanted to make this is the build I wanted to do because I have legendary Curse Stall and a legendary I have legendary Curse Stall and legendary Grudge. So I could have gotten like this build with like Swift like this. This is technically the build that I would look for, right? Because I have legendary Curse Stall, legendary Grudge. So this will be the build. But getting that accessory, this particular accessory is going to be so hard. So I have a thought where can I actually have this build without having like a double engraving, as in like what can I just get a 5? Is that going to be possible? So this is why using a calculator is really important. So let's say I have Grudge 12 like this, and then I have Keen, and I have Ambush, and then I have class 1, and then I have Curse Stall, Ambush, Keen Blunt, Adrenaline, right? So let's say I have this particular build. Let's say I cover Keen Blunt, Adrenaline, Stone. If I happen to get a 7/7, can I work around to have... So look at this. Since I have double legendary engraving, I can get a 7/7 stone, but I can get a level... just get a 5 class engraving. Just get a 5. I don't need like a side engraving. How cheap is it going to be if I do that, right? So look at this. Some of these 2K rings. This has awakening because these are shit engravings, right? So I have a lot more options to get that class engraving. But anything else, if you look at here, 5/3, I need to get a 5/3, and I need to get a 5/3, and I need to get a 5/3. And the requirement is to get a 7/7 stone. This is why if you get like a 7/7 stone instead of a 7/6 stone, you get to save a lot of money because one engraving, like one of your accessory can just be a 5 class engraving. Because you guys saw the difference. Look at the difference. 5, and if I add in another engraving that you need, this turns into like 20k, right? And if this is the particular build that I'm aiming for, you always write it down on the spreadsheet and search accordingly. See what happens, and always handle the most expensive engraving first. So let's look at the final build now. So this is 10%. How much crit do I have with the swiftness? So I'm going to have a 0% on crit. It's going to be 62, I think. 2.21 plus. I have level 10, level 2 adrenaline, so it'll be level plus 10. Plus, and then level 1 class engraving will be plus 20. And then, and if I finish my entropy set, it'll be 17% plus. And then back attack will be 10%. And then synergy will be 10%. It'll be 69.21% crit. There's another option too. So let's say instead of spec, what if I put another ring on here and then put 1400 spec? So it'll be 9.41 plus 10% back attack, 10% synergy, 17% entropy, 10% adrenaline. What am I missing? 20% class. It'll be 76.41. This is where I need to make a decision, right? Am I gonna have 76.41% crit rate, or am I gonna have 69% crit rate with less, like with more damage on this because I have a higher spec, right? But there's also another benefit of putting one crit ring. How much would this be if it was crit? Wow, look at that. 100 quality ring for 1k gold. So I could probably do that. You know, I can probably do it this way. Just have a 200 crit ring there, and then have spec, and then I work on the swiftness. I have 76.42%. So this kind of method, it doesn't work if you want the highest ceilings, because obviously the highest ceiling is what? Higher the spec, you do more damage, right? But what is this character? This is my low pen character, and it's not gonna go higher than probably 1460. If this character's goal is to do Vicus for fun, or like Valton for fun, Vicus hard mode for fun, maybe go to Clown, right? Clown's fine, but it's not gonna do like Broshaza hard. If I'm gonna do like Broshaza hard mode, I'm obviously not gonna be giving a crit ring. It's not maximized damage. You would want to focus on comfort more on ults. That's like my, this is coming from experience actually. You want to play more comfortably for your ults, because when you're playing with your ult, you are more experienced in the fight anyways. It just gives you a lot less stress. That's just my advice from our, you guys. If you guys are thinking of making ult, you don't want to push for more money, because that ult's gonna make you money. If you the more money you spend, it's gonna take you longer to recoup that. So it is important for you to think about comfort. So obviously this is the build that I want, and this is the stat that I want. If I have the stat that I want, you just write it down. You just write it down. You write it down. You kind of like allocate it accordingly. And now I just need to figure out what I could do from now on. Now I know what to do. Now it's time to carve some rocks. Carve some rocks. Carving stones, boys. Always click that 3. Ooh. 45 down. Oh shit. 35 down, 25 down, 35 down. 45 up, down. Ah! Why did it have to do this to me, dude? Why? Here we go. Man, this can't be a... Yeah, I got fucked up. Dude, If only this was like a little better, it would have been so much better. You guys love these rock carvings, huh? Dude, I'm keep succeeding this 45s. So weird. Huh? Huh? Let's go! Hold. Hold! I gotta think about this real quick. I gotta think about this. If I play this wrong, it's gonna be 8-6. I gotta play it right. I gotta play right. I mean, I have to go. Fuck. I have to go adrenaline. I have to. Dude, it feels like it's gonna be a fucking 8-6, dude. Dude, it's gonna be. I feel that it's gonna be a fucking. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna be an 8-6, man. Oh shit! Wait a minute. I mean, I already have a good stone. Oh fuck. Wait, this is bad actually. I can't use this. I said that I was gonna get level 2 adrenaline, right? So this is what happened, and this is really bad. So what if I go? How much is a class engraving? Hold up, because I might have to go just a 5-3. What if I have? Because since I have a 9-5 stone. What if I go class 1 as 9? Wait, no, 5-3. Yeah, I can do that. So I have 2 classes. Rest of 5-3, I can get a 5-3. And since I go adrenaline instead of since I'm missing cursed doll and go level 3 adrenaline, I don't need this crit ring anymore. I would have everything on spec. So you have 9. Yeah, so I have if I have 6, it's 15. So this is the new build now because of the rocks. This is why you always carve rocks first, boys. Always carve rocks first, okay? Okay, so this would be 30. This would be 30 plus 15 for adrenaline, plus 17 for entropy, plus 10% for synergy, plus 10% again for back attack. 82. That's 82% crit rate without any combat stats. So since I have a lot of crit rate already,
I mean, I just want to get
have a
these
lot
done.
of crit rate already. I don't need to give anything to crit, so I can go full spec and then crit swiftness on the combat stat. If I buy a legendary class, which is 13k, this will be 12. I can do this, right? And I can just have a class 3. And I can just have a class 3 and a 5 instead of. I don't even need a 5. I think. Hold up. So I think reading a book is a good idea. 13k, 13k plus. Just get the engravings accordingly. It would be a good idea. Damn, why did I carve an adrenaline 9 rock, man? That's so bad. 499 spec. So some of them, so for necklaces, they give you 2 stats, right? So some of them could be like shifted towards to a spec that you need. And since this is 499 spec, this is basically an 87 necklace, but it is very good for the class that you're trying to play. For example, let's say you're playing a scouter, and then you're looking for a crit spec necklace. You always want to buy, let's say a green one, but has a high focus on spec is actually good. It's actually a good buy. So it's actually a good idea for you to be looking which is heavily weighted, which stat is heavily weighted as well. Make sure you look at those. Good. Now we cover the hard part. So this is the hard part. So this is how you usually do it. It's always the necklace and the class accessory is the biggest problem. If you fix this part, the rest of the accessory is just a walk-in apart. Because these are like some of the there's more on stock on these kind of accessories. So if you figure out your main statistics for higher quality and try to buy a decent price class ring, everything else is going to be just like plug it in. Like you just plug it in. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for rest of the accessories here that falls under this category and buy it accordingly. 6,666. I got a cheap one, boys. We got a cheap one. You can tell, like you can see the difference here, right? But this is defense down. This is defense down 3 though. I can't wear it. So that's unfortunate. Unfortunate, boys. Unfortunate. Let's see. So this is not bad. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this build. So I have the necklace, 484, 490.
See, this is like
the price.
The reason I like these videos is because like they're my favorite
so if
part
I buy this,
of
I would have about
like
1580
building, like class building.
a spec with 539 ish, no, with 490 ish Swift, maybe 500 ish Swift, and all the negatives are okay. I will need to buy the legendary engraving for the class engraving. So the total price would be, so it'd be 9,000 plus 5,000 plus 10,000.
Actually, I think the best place to
plus
park your alts is like
7,000
1430.
200. Oh, okay. Then it's this plus 13,500.
1370.
It would be 44,000.
So like
44,000 gold. Nice. I mean, it's a decent price for. It's a little bit on the expensive
reason
side.
for that
but,
is just like
you know, I kind of wanted to play
gold
Deadeye.
you're in for the
It would
investment
be
of the character.
it would be Swift. It would be Swift spec.
The
Spec
amount of
would be in
gold
the
I have to
higher section,
invest
and my
into
crit rate
my-
would be around 7. Like, was it 86? I think around there.
Shadow Hunter.
Cool.
To take your
I mean, that's what I mean. I wanted to build.
The
So
1345.
let's double check. I'm gonna double check if I'm going to have the negatives. Okay. I'll just do it. Let's do it, boys. And then I just go by and then it gets fucked up. You know what? If it fucks up, you know if it fucks up, I think it's also content. Don't do it like me, boys. Last one. And then I have the 5-3 on the necklace.
What's going on
And I
here with this
have
shit?
the earring.
He was
Wait.
trying to fuck us.
Yeah, I actually have a 4 threes and a 2. So I don't even need to. Wait a minute. So for 5% crit, do I want to spend 13k? You don't need crit on low pang. I mean, this is the build that I wanted to do. So technically, I can just do it. Look at that, clean. Well, the +1 feels a little weird, but clean. I like it. I like this build. 1496. I didn't think I switched the pet, did I? Yeah, this is a swiftness pet. I need to switch it to spec pet. 1645 spec. Wow. Nice. I like it. It's a lot. And now I just need to work on my entropy set, and then my Deadeye's flying. Now let's go to Vicus Ray to test it out, boys. Wow, I'm wondering like how strong I'm going to be if I get full entropy set, because it's already pretty strong. Holy. This back attack damage. Nice ult, Albert. Holy. That eye's pretty fun, man. That eye's pretty fun. I got most damage. I got most damage. So that's what it is. 0 to Giga Chat. I finished my build.
Damn, G.
1445. I was thinking about a build. There were multiple builds. I went over like multiple choices of builds and then how much money you could invest into it accordingly. And you know, the reason why
1445
my
is when you
class is
finalize your
level
build.
3 is because I carved a 9/5 stone and 9's being an adrenaline. So initially I wanted to build for level 2 adrenaline and then have class 1 and then have curse stall as well. But since I can't do that with the 9/5 stone, I decided to just have a 5/3 with reading the legendary book for class. In total, it costed me about 40k-ish, and it's pretty good. I liked it a lot. It serves the purpose because my purpose was to build, you know, decently on all my characters, all the classes, so that I can try it myself, right? And now this class is going to, now I can run Valton and Bike Assist every week to slowly get my relics to test out the class's full potential before, you know, pushing it further, right? So that would be the total build. And I think the thing that you guys could learn from is not sticking into just one build. You can always adjust accordingly. Like, you know, let's say
Based on
you
your
never know
rock.
what rocks you're gonna carve, right? You never know the prices of the accessories on the market currently. With all those things to an account, it is good to find a decent combination of gold plus other stuff to just get you into the raid so that you can actually raid. That's the most important part. And it's more like a resume. So let's say when you guys are doing it, maybe a 4-3. Like 4-3,
Oh my God, I got a legendary buff.
3-4s. 3-4s would be a good idea. When you do like 3-4s, you kind of calculate accordingly. If you have a legendary engraving, that's also good. You know, test those stuff out. So testing out Trixie as well, right? So that being said, this concludes the video for 0 to Giga Chat. It's pretty short. Well, it's pretty long actually. So yeah, that's it. See you guys. Bye.
I was about to say, like, that was a good ass video. Good ass video. What's next on the list? Yeah, because I am transferring over some books here. You stay here. Damn, I'm kind of low on gold, but I did hit 1375, so that makes sense. My last tap too, as I remember, I was like, this is the last one I can do today. I just hit that shit. I was at like 30% artisan energy, something like that. So not too bad for a 1490 hit, for a plus 20 hit. I didn't watch this one yet, so.
Oh wait, you can just use an energy.
Hey guys, my name is Dom and welcome back to Top Lost Ark Plays. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed today's video and submit your clips using the link in the description. But let's get into it.
Woo! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh! 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 Wait, why so? Oh! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Who dropped that? Oh! Oh shit! Oh my god. Dude, I thought I was gonna kill the boss, so I freaked out.
Memo completes the fastest clown run he's ever experienced. Watch those lines melt away.
Oh shit! I did the counter. Instant counter. Yo, he's melting. He's literally melting. What? The the fastest clown run ever in my life. I didn't.
Like, do you notice that Vulcan almost never does a double charge or double slam against our team, like ever?
That is
You
true,
notice
yeah,
that?
yeah.
It's because our Gunlancer's a god.
Does he eat some?
ATK's Vulcan bus ended in a horrific crash, but somehow everybody survived.
What? Nice. I killed him first. I crashed while parking, dude. That's funny, man.
Do you see on my time?
So you're two.
So it's 1 on me?
The number two was your first, I don't know.
Okay, so probably 2-4, I guess.
Oh shit!
We are!
Oh wait, we
Amazing.
Class discrimination is real, and it isn't just the usual suspects that get it bad.
I need to put my fucking barricade on so you can see that. There. Declined. That guy, man. That guy. Why? What's wrong with Arcanists? You born support that's actually a shit class. With a shit skin. Piece of shit garbage people, man. I have 4x DPS getting declined just because I'm on Arcana. Like, what is wrong with people? Arbitrary reasons to hate on someone. No Arcanist! I actually made him change the title!
It's Procky, by the way. Procky in chat. Procky's not healing on purpose, just to give Misfit a chance at MVP. Nice taunt. That was a great taunt. I'll give that a triple S. Great counter. What a fucking... Yo, recruit this guy. Recruit this Gunlancer. How is he not in a guild, dude? Just kick Dream from your guild and then invite a Gunlancer like this. You'll go far with this guy. Holy shit, next level place. Like better than ATK right now. Holy fuck.
For those who can't read Korean, Zeals is trying to get the bids done before the server goes down.
Bid. Come on, I want this. Let it go, let it go. Oh.
What do you think they nerf firepower? I mean, nerf on all RD skills? You know, if I actually knew the answer, I would have told you. I have no clue. I'm like, these days I'm really against the developers at the moment. They have no idea what they're fucking doing. I'm kind of like weirded about this game sometimes. They've been doing a really bad job for the past couple months.
This clip combines a Makoko destroyer and DAT mods. I just want to set your expectations.
Big bot. Whoa, no! Oh, I missed. This is what I hate about Destroyer. It's so fun, but like the charge up is so big sometimes. Wait, so if I just cast my ulti here, will I still get stunned? Oh, I'm immune. That's Poggers. No! That's not Poggers! That's not Poggers!
The one who was playing Zerg on the other side saw my stream and envied me. And that time I was saying, my opinion was like this.
Vicus might be trying to tell us something.
Dad's sad? Oh no.
Miss? No.
No,
Dad is
my
sad.
text said dad's sad. But he's got a daughter like this. Look at her, she's fucked up.
Oh, what the? Look at this display book. You cannot have that much of figure. What the? Oh shit! Wait, yo! It's 171 roster level only 171, but 30 like salvation. Yo! This is. Yeah, how is that possible, chat? How is that possible? How is that possible? Because card.
Benji goes for a 2% tap to get his weapon plus 24. Oh!
죄송합니다. 한국 시청자분들 계신다면 사기쳤습니다. 죄송합니다. If there's any Korean viewers here, I'm so sorry. I scammed it.
Like any good friend, ATK was super thrilled with Benji's insane RNG.
No! 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 Wait, what the fuck? Nah, I mean, there's no shot. I didn't have balls anyway. Oh my god, man. Fucking hell.
With the eye level requirement for Akan Hard at 1600, some KR streamers are not able to get over the wall in time.
Guys, Moin can't come with us for a con hard, guys. You can't do it. It's too. The wall's too high. Moin replaced by a saint.
Fucking Smilegate.
Stimme nicht zu, ist der größte Nerf im Patch. Und wenn du überlegst, dass sowas wie
Yo! Okay, that one, that was the most realistic one.
Sorry, Zeals, you're on the Clips channel.
Oh, what is it? Yo, what the fuck is this? Yo, what the fuck? Hey! Oh, I don't want to be in the Clips channel, man.
Interesting video. You see that? In a very short time, the boss is about to face. He staggered. He just pop, right? Surge, like, yeah, I've been thinking about, like, someone asked me earlier. I'm showing you this video because someone asked me earlier if I could start a game over, what would I probably play? Probably would have had an S8 Surge Blade. No cap. Could have done more damage than this guy. But it is what it is. Look at that, man. Some good plays. Good plays there. That was like a nice counter. Nice. Alright. That was interesting.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video.
Trolls.
Look, I got 0 hits. Oh, look!
Hey guys, my name is Dom and welcome back to Top Lost Ark Plays. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed today's video and submit your clips using the link in the description. But let's get into it.
X100. At Memorizer 92, do you mind holding?
Do you mind holding what? Do you mind holding what? You have to finish your sentence, guys. You have to finish your sentence. Yo.
Bossy Glazer cheered. X100. Holding these nuts in your mouth.
I've never wanted a weapon so badly in my life.
Alright, well, that's 20 bucks down the drain.
If there's one thing I know, it's that Datmods doesn't need any help missing his Soul Fist ult.
I want to YOLO send it. Oh, fuck, I messed up, didn't I? No, it's good. No! Fuck, dude, this guy ran away. Who the fuck was that? Dude, the guy actually taunted and ran away. Did you see that? The Berserker. Or not the Berserker, the Destroyer trolled me. He literally taunted and ran away.
Uncle Roger, you know Spider-Man's uncle? He said, with great power comes great... What?
Spider's uncle's name is Roger?
What is it?
No, it's Ben.
Yeah, it's Ben.
Whatever. Doesn't
Uncle
fucking
Ben.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, who the fuck is Roger?
Doesn't
Where the fuck
matter.
did Roger
Who
come from?
cares?
Zeus, you know what? It's okay because I also made a mistake on Ruby. You know the Kung Fu Panda? I called it Panda Express.
That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up.
Memorizer checks out some of the new minigames coming to Lost Ark Korea soon.
This is what you call horizontal content, guys. Do not say some shit like, do not say some shit like collectives like Mokoko shit as a horizontal content. This is the true horizontal content, guys. .2D paper game. Number 4, let's go. What is this, guys? Spacebar practice!
This includes the highly anticipated MOBA mode.
League of Legends! League of Legends, guys, in Lost Ark. Fuck yeah. League of Legends, guys. This is the horizontal content, guys. Not something like collecting collections, kinda. Look at this. Fighting each other as a guardian. Fighting each other as a guardian. Tower defense. Tower defense. All these shits are coming in Lost Ark, guys. This is the true horizontal content. And look at this. Argos is in the Vulcan. Argos is in the Vulcan. Who can survive, guys?
Hi, Benji. Wow, look at Benji's damage. Wow, look at that damage. Holy shit.
From now on, this is called pulling a memorizer.
Oh! Oh! Ah!
the memorizer.
Me and Cute Dog are good friends, okay? If Cute Dog wanted to bring his Reflex Sword to raid with me, I would tell him absolutely not, because that's what good friends do. I would not encourage him to play Reflex Sword. Just like any other Reflex Sword that joins the group, I automatically deny them. I would tell him, go spend some money, go respec Igniter, and then you come to the raid. No free rides for anybody.
Dude, when they said nerfing swords by 10%, I was like, that's it? You fucking kidding me? That's it? 10%? But what the Saint say? He said the same thing, but not like I did. It's like, yeah, we should be nerfing a little bit more.
Fuck are you doing up here?
He's gonna come here. He's gonna pour. When you see him pour,
I have 0 stagger. What the fuck are you doing in my spot?
you're right. Use it now. Use it now. Use it. Use it. Use it.
It's not letting me do it.
Press the goddamn thing, you
Oh,
son of a
wait,
bitch!
no, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. Oh my.
What do you mean he does have it? You hide it.
What do you mean?
Where the fuck is that going? You fucking.
Hey, you don't even know how the game works. We didn't have Esther. Oh my god.
No, we didn't have Esther. He's such a damage already.
This dude. We didn't have booty punched up. I'm all tripping here. Oh my god.
What is this? What is that purple thing on your goddamn head?
No, play it back.
That
Play
was
the
after.
video back.
That was
We didn't
after. We
have
actually
it.
didn't have him for this story.
Yeah, dang.
So Korea got some new skins, and one of them is a maid outfit.
Did you check the new skins on KR? I saw they it's a I didn't look at the trailer yet, but I saw the splash art for it. It's a butler / maid outfit, which I'm sure a lot of people will be very happy about, because you know that totally doesn't invoke anything fetishized.
Do you? Ooh, ooh. They getting maid skins? While we're getting blocked. Every little thing is gonna be alright.
Where the fuck did Penguin just
Wait,
go?
what?
She just deleted all my.
Ether Predator is really good because Ether Predator's technical value, starting from 5 minutes onwards, is 6% attack power and some defense on top of that, which is very good. That's very, very good. But if the fight does not last 5 minutes, then it is very bad.
Oh, dude.
I like that laugh. Little giggle.
Look out, pumping. Dang, 5x3. Plus 21 weapon. Pretty nice. Whoa, we got the 9/6 stone. What the heck? What a gamer.
Korea has a constant problem with the cost of blue crystals rising.
But I don't know what solution they can do that for that. They did a solution 6 months ago, and it halved the the cost of blue crystals. But 6 months later, we're back at where we were 6 months ago, even with those measures put into place.
stuff too.
What did they do 6 months ago? They halved the amount of gold that Argos gave from 3,200 to 1,600, and they made it so that only 6 characters on the account can generate gold per week. Prior to that, every single character on your account was able to generate gold.
I'll eat all the balls. I'm the ball eater.
Zeus gets the last hit.
Make sure 9. He's on 9.
6. I got 9.
Get him!
Apparently there's a way to make gold from bots using tier 3 gem chests on the auction house. Although I'm not super convinced, but I'll leave the link to the thread in the description.
Is this the thing where you just spam buy like because they post gems really cheap and you just spam buy like really cheap gem? I mean here you go, chat, if you want to do it. I feel like at the end of the day there's probably a lot of ways to make gold, but I don't really want to sit there and just spam the auction house all day. That just sounds AIDS.
You think Smilegate forgot about global spike this update because of level 1? Reminds me of the meme with like the drowning child at the pool, and it's like you save the kid and it's like, are we forgetting about something? And then it's just like a skeleton at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh shit, dude. We got a Esther owner, man. Is he a viewer? 왜 이렇게 다 세진 분만 와지?
If you'd normally use flares here, you might want to save them.
Prepare to do all igneous. Oh, it's here. See? You can see him here, right? It's here, exactly.
Boss, on what continent are you? I'm exactly in hell. Yeah, this is hell. Don't ask me.
There's a direct relation to the size of your internet wiener and the size of your item level. The more item level equals the bigger internet wiener. And well, big internet wieners impress people, so why would you want more item levels? To make it bigger, you know? Thought this was fairly apparent, you know?
한번 쏴볼까? Nice hunt! Perfect timing. Bitch cow. What? You motherfucker.
Why do people say Smilegate is bad in NA? Because they're unhappy with the state of the game, so they attribute it to the developers. Not really much anyone else to blame. Even though, relatively, the Western version of the game is by far the best launch of this game it's ever seen, it's still not up to players' standards, so of course people are going to be angry.
Next one.
Yo, let's go. What the fuck? Whoa, whoa, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Today's the day. Today's the day.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video.
So this is something people want me to watch for a few days. So Lazy P on video about Ashes of Creation. I don't know if we have a date for like the second alpha or the second beta, but we're gonna find out.
It's been just over 2 years since I made that big overview video for Ashes of Creation.
I'm actually excited for this
2.6 million views, the hype train's still rolling.
I watched that
and
one
2
too.
years worth of development updates later,
This
I
is the
decided to make
second
an
most recent
updated version of that video. So grab a cup of tea, sit back
Okay.
and relax whilst I explain to you why Ashes of Creation is still by far the most exciting upcoming MMORPG. This video has no sponsor and took a solid 40 hours of writing, recording, and editing. So if you'd like to support my work and plan on playing Ashes when it releases, then click my referral link in the description below or use my code to create an account.
I don't even have one, actually. Probably set one of those
Ashes
up.
of Creation is the biggest upcoming Western MMORPG in terms of scope, hoping to provide fans of PvP, PvE, and roleplay content an ever-changing virtual world in which the progression of each server is completely different and dependent on the actions of the player base.
One thing you have to understand is like the main guy that like runs this game, his name's Steven. He like the main games like I hear him talking about a lot that he played was like Lineage and Arcade. Just like to contextualize some of the philosophy and insight that's going into this game.
Ashes started development back in 2016 in Unreal Engine 4, however at the end of 2021 upgraded its engine to Unreal 5.
This was
to
huge.
make use of the latest advancements in gaming tech such
Yeah, it
as
looks
Nanite's
amazing.
Lumen
Look at
and
that.
a more efficient development pipeline. In terms of funding, the game was successfully kickstarted in 2017. However, the vast majority of the game's funding comes from creative director Stephen Sharif, a successful entrepreneur who, like most of us, has been a lifelong MMO fan that was unhappy with the current state of the MMO genre.
I love that, man. Like he said, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm sick of these fucking these games being bad. I'm just gonna do my own game. I love it, man. I do.
Ashes of Creation is fully funded to completion, and despite offering paid access to alpha and beta tests, is not reliant on these funds to finish development.
I remember that $15 sub, no box cost, and no pay to win. So that's the monetization option or monetization structure of Ashes of Creation. They're already selling cosmetics for the game, so cosmetic sales are important, but Steven has vocalized concerns that a lot of people have had about the you know, the cosmetics in the shop being better than the ones in the game, and he has said that that's not what's going to happen in the game. So that's pretty much where it's at.
This game will have zero pay to win, a cosmetic only cash shop with no convenience items, and a $15 per month subscription fee business model with no
it would be really great. I don't know if this is possible. I have no idea, but it would be really great if you could play the game like on effectively a free trial. Like I think that's one of the biggest advantages that like nobody really talks about. I mean, I say that, but like that's like the meme with Final Fantasy is like, have you heard about the fucking, you know, the whatever the hell it is, the having a big free trial and being able to play the game without paying money into it and get invested into it initially is like super important. And the fact is, like in the market now, every game is free to play. Every game you can get into for free, and I think WoW is one of the exceptions, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's losing players, is because a lot of people are just like, you know, they don't want to put the money, they don't want to invest into the game. They want to just try it out and then decide if they want to invest, because that's what every other game is. So I think it's very important to have a free trial.
Box cost. MMOs can usually be put into three categories: sandbox, theme park, or sand park. An example of a theme park MMO would be Final Fantasy XIV or WoW, an on-rails story-driven experience with a lot of scripted instanced content, heavily reliant on developers constantly adding new raids, dungeons, and gear treadmill content to keep people playing. An example of a sandbox MMO would be EVE Online, a game that's almost entirely player-driven. You need to create your own goals and find your place within a player-driven ecosystem, typically joining alliances or guilds to take over land and control resources.
Basically, like
these
the
games
players
are
of their own
less
content.
reliant on developer-created content, as the interaction between players is the content, and it's
No, I've said that before. That's one of the big reasons why a server like Moonguard is more resistant to content droughts in WoW, is because those people, part of like the content that they get out of the game is not driven by the release schedule of Blizzard Entertainment. It's driven by what's happening on the server, what the players are doing, etc. So like you have another level of investment there. It can be. Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, nothing is for sure ever.
Every time. A sand park MMO is basically a hybrid of theme park and sandbox. There's a lot of player-driven content, however there's also developer-created scripted encounters such as raids and dungeons. This is the category of MMO that Ashes of Creation falls into, and
this is a reactception right here. It's like nowhere even near cold. Oh man. It's a struggle. Give me 1 second here, guys. Just taking a look at my financial situation. I could. It is very possible I might have a 6,000 gold ring sold on this account right here, right now. It seems I do not.
Personally, it's my favorite type of MMORPG.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think that you need to have instances or you're just not going to have any challenging content for people that like that kind of stuff. MMOs can't make everybody happy, but they do have to at least think about making different genres of players happy. Like, you know, people that like let's see, they like raids, or people that like PvP. You should try to make all of those general groups of players happy, because I think they exist in every MMO. That makes sense, yeah. So I think this is a smart way to handle it. But having like really strong, like great outdoor content, you know what else was kind of more of a sand park, if we want to use this word that Lazy Peon is using, sand park MMORPG was Classic WoW. Classic WoW absolutely had a ton of world content. It had a ton of open world stuff that players could do. You know, things that they could influence in the world and control, like Devil Star Mafia, fucking like world buff meta, etc. So I think that was a positive thing. Now, obviously, there was a lot of friction that created, but I think that a more refined version of that could still be extremely popular now.
So what makes Ashes of Creation unique? How does this game innovate to push the genre forwards?
Let's see.
And why should you be excited for this MMO over all the others that have released and failed over the past 15 years?
The node system. This is
Ashes
controlling
of Creation's
areas.
biggest innovation,
Yeah.
in my opinion, is its node system.
I'll just let
And
him
it's
explain
this
it.
system that ensures that no two servers will ever be the same. Basically, when the game launches, the world will be empty. However, over time, camps, villages, towns, cities, and sprawling metropolises will pop up in locations where players earn XP from killing.
What I'm concerned about is that once one type of node is discovered that is the most rewarding in some sort of like very deliberate way, like it gives you more damage, or it gives you more X or like health or something like that, or more healing, everybody is going to have everybody at that node. And I think you can use a parallel to this with like New World. And you guys remember in the beta, whenever I said, like, this is stupid with the auction houses and controlling things, because the people that control fucking not Morrowind, what's it called again? Morningdale. The control Morningdale are making 5% of the money that the people are making in Everfall and Windsward, because those are the main towns that everybody is at. And if you go to, yeah, it's not Morrowind, but if you go to every server is pretty much the exact same, because these locations are the most advantageous geographically. They're in the middle, there's the least amount of travel time to the other zones from that zone, and I think also that's where new players are, and so that's where older players go, because they want to be able to sell their stuff at that point, and so it just ends up being everybody goes to this one place. So I worry about the node system becoming formulaic, because the way that people play video games now is that as soon as they see what the meta is, everybody's playing the meta. And you guys saw me do that just a few minutes ago whenever I was doing the Tower Fantasy thing, and I was looking at like, okay, well, every other guy uses this, I'm going to use this too. That's metagaming. And I'm thinking, how many people are going to look at the maps of these good servers and be like, well, this server's doing this, so we should do that too. Or this streamer's doing this, so we're going to do that too. I think it's very common, and it's one of the biggest concerns that I have for the node system, but I do think that it has a lot of possibilities, and the idea behind it is really interesting and cool. And I think also the fact that metagaming could exist does not mean that they should not do the node system. It just means that they need to rebalance the nodes regularly to change up the meta, basically. And that's what every guild effectively does. They buff and nerf weapons, they buff and nerf classes, they buff and nerf champions, and that way it keeps the game evolving, but you can't expect the player base to do that on their own. You have to give them a little bit of a boot.
Mobs, gathering, or doing quests. There'll be over 100 nodes scattered throughout the world at launch, and each node will have a different layout and appearance depending on the race that contributed the most XP to it, as well as the buildings the mayor decides to place. So,
it's like if we look at this map, like what are going to be the valuable nodes? I'm going to assume it's like in real life. Like think about all of the most like the richest countries and like the richest states in like the old world. You look at like a lot of the places, like you look at Constantinople, like almost all of the European countries that are incredibly popular and incredibly wealthy had ports. That's right. They had access to water. And I think that's going to be a tremendous thing. So I'm thinking like things like this, maybe one like this here, like these here are going to be extremely valuable. How is it that you're going to make this node valuable? How are you going to make that node valuable? Maybe there's a dragon on it if you level it all the way up so you have in-game players going over there. I think that you really, really, really need to make sure this goes right. And I think that the way you do that, I mean, the unfortunate reality is you do it with trial and error. You bring out the game and then you see the nodes that nobody is leveling up. And of course you can predict a lot of it, but you'll never be able to predict all of it. And then you have to change it dynamically. And so this is something that is very promising, but it's also something that has to be a promise to continue to invest in.
Of a different layout and appearance depending on the race
I don't think it's that risky,
contributed
though.
the most XP to it, as well as the buildings the mayor decides to place. So if, for example, Orc players contributed the most XP to a node, the node will then have an Orcish aesthetic. The same is true for every other race in the game, and these racial aesthetic changes are applied to the node every time it's leveled up.
See, like, that's another concern that I have, because, like, if you look at in Final Fantasy, for example, Hrothgar are extremely unpopular, even if you only look at the male Hrothgar. If you take a poll of like 100 Final Fantasy characters, I would assume less than 10 are Hrothgar. I think at the same way, if you look at in WoW, there are probably, I don't know, like let me think. I think WoW probably has a better breakdown of races, but I think also if you add races later on, or some people think that certain races don't look that good, etc., you're not going to have as many of them. I think that's the truth even with classes. So it's important to make sure all the races are appealing equally. Yeah, Worgen, there's not that many Worgen, but they got added later on in the game, and so that's why I didn't want to compare them.
So a town could start with an elven aesthetic, but if dwarves contributed the most XP to progress it to the city stage, it would then change to a dwarven theme. So what happens when every node in the game is leveled to max?
The thing is, like, that's cool, though. Like, again, like, these are all concerns that I have, but I think that they're cool regardless.
Well, that can't happen. Building up one node to a city, for example, will lock out adjacent nodes from reaching the same level, which in turn also locks or unlocks various quests, dungeons, or bosses. Players will have to initiate node sieges to de-level a node if they wish to progress adjacent nodes. Nodes come in 4 different node types: militaristic, scientific, divine, or economic, each of which have their own special perks, adding further variety into this system. Like I said, the node system is designed so that no 2 servers will be the same. If you take a break from the game for a few months, you could come back and the location of all major cities is completely different. Different taxes, buildings, different mayors voted to be in charge of the node, and different node racial aesthetics.
I think that they need to make it to where the taxes can't go too high. Because if you make it to where the taxes can just go super high, you're going to have like a group of people that have a lot of resources and a lot of power, and they're just going to rule over everybody else. And this is exactly what happened in New World. Because in New World, the reigning like best guild was getting all of the money, right? And so now they're getting all the money so they can buy all the best gear and they can buy all the best resources and consumables for the wars to defend the item, or sorry, the location that allows them to make all the money. You see, so it's like it's a fucking snowball effect. It's a vicious circle, and I think that's problematic for sure, and that could happen. I'm worried about that. Yeah, sounds familiar. Well, the thing is, like every avenue in life, like almost every single way that people exist together that can be judged in any way, shape, or form numerically. Like you can judge like one person versus the other person. It provides and creates massive disparities between people. Like that's how it is. It doesn't matter if it's sports, you know, like exercise, like making money, being successful, hooking up with girls. Like it's like one guy is hooking up with 20 girls and one guy can't get a single one. Right? You see how this happens, and this is just something that manifests in humanity because people are just fundamentally unequal. They're just not. It's not like everybody spawns with 40 talent points. Some people get 50, some people get 5. So the fact is that it's very important to make sure that you don't allow a small group or even a large group of players to actively ruin the experience of other people. And this is kind of what happened in New World because of the tax system. And it also had a self-perpetuating cycle and system to it, so it made it worse.
No other MMORPG has ever done this before, and we've already seen this system working up to the village stage in last year's Alpha 1 test.
Node politics, okay.
On top of the node system also lies the node political system, where players compete to become the node's mayor. The process of how this is done varies depending on the node type. Scientific node mayors are voted for democratically, militaristic node mayors are chosen by victory in a last man standing tournament, economic node leadership is sold to the highest bidder, and divine node governance is given to the player that completed the most node quests. Once a mayor has been decided, they can set the tax rate and to decide which building projects to pursue.
Yeah,
the only way to remove a mayor is
you
by...
see how you can turn the tax rate all the way up to 100%, because you can see, like, you know, this like little thing is at 10%, and it's going to go all the way up to 50. And like, especially if you have people that are starting the game off, they'll be at that town and you'll still make the most money. And like, so that's one thing that can happen. Also, with the military thing, like, so this is what would happen in the Warlords of Draenor Coliseum, is that people would queue up with like 5 of their friends, and then they would just like basically throw the game at the end to make the person that's their friend that they're like rotating around the wins with, make that person win the game. So I worry about that, especially with like, oh, it's a death match. It's like, well, yeah, but what if 2 people are in there and they're fighting together? You see, yeah, it's like win trading. Like, how do you deal with that? I don't know. But again, like, these are all, and like the thing is, like, this stuff will happen. The reason why I'm thinking about all of this is because I would be the one doing it. Like, I would be doing this if I wasn't a streamer.
Destroying the node via the node siege mechanic. Bad mayors will exist, yes, they will cause drama, and this is all by design, as any virtual world has good guys and bad guys. Some nodes will naturally die out, and
some drama is good, but if the drama is so... If there's like really no way of like pushing back against a large group of people playing the game, because like you just don't have enough people that are, you know, like organized or coordinated enough to form an opposition, it can become oppressive and people can get bored and not want to play anymore.
The level due to
so
an inactive
it
mayor.
has to be
Others will need
measured.
to be taken out by force. Some mayors might tax their citizens so hard that everyone leaves and there's no money for upkeep. This is all intended with the design principle of actions having consequences.
Yep.
The final thing worth mentioning about nodes is the citizenship and player housing systems tied to it. Once a node reaches village stage or higher, player housing then becomes available. There's 3 types of player housing. Real space node housing, real space freeholds, which are basically plots of land within the node's zone of influence, and instanced node apartments. Players who have invested into any of these types of player housing can then register to become citizens of the node, which brings with it various benefits listed on screen. You can only become a citizen of one node at a time per account, so this is an important decision designed to make players want to invest in and defend their node. Nodes are not owned by guilds, and the more people that register for citizenship at a single node, the more expensive it becomes for future citizens to join.
Oh wow.
You will lose citizenship if your node is destroyed in a node siege. In addition, you will also lose your player housing and a portion of the resources stored in your node's warehouse.
So there's actually like a tremendous amount of loss in the game. You need a certain amount of loss in the game in order for you to just not have effectively like just like market saturation of resources, because like a lot of these games are going to have more resources being used than, or sorry, more resources being generated than being used, and that's a bad thing.
So it's really in your best interests to defend and invest in the node that you're a citizen of.
Inflation, yeah, it's effectively item inflation.
Another completely unique thing Ashes of Creation is bringing to the MMO genre that has never been done before is its season technology.
Yeah, look at this. This is
This was
badass.
recently shown off and working in
We
a dev
watched
live
this.
stream, but basically every 1 or 2
It's
weeks,
lit.
certain biomes will change seasons from spring, summer, autumn, or winter. In doing so, the appearance of monsters might change, there will be buffs or debuffs to your character, dungeon entrances or mountain passes might become frozen over or inaccessible, some gatherable resources might become unavailable during certain seasons, which might have an economic impact, and there will also be different weather effects depending on the season.
That's really cool. I hope that they do it by a monthly cycle. Like, you have the 4 seasons, I feel like cycle through them 3 times a year. Like, that in my mind makes the most sense. Monthly is good, yeah, because if it's weekly, please? No, because if it's weekly, you want to have the idea of the person who stocks up on items in the winter to sell them in the summer 2 or 3 months later. You want to have that. And you can't have that if it's weekly. That's why I think that it has to be monthly. But I think that having it correspond with yearly, the same as like real life, I think that's too much.
This,
Virtual
coupled with
doomsday
the
preppers,
ever-changing node system, gives Ashes of Creation the potential to be the MMORPG that has the most interesting, immersive, and evolving world we've seen out of any MMO to date. You leave the game, log in a few
Yeah,
weeks
it's
later,
badass.
the node
It's
has
different.
changed, the season has changed, new events and quests have spawned. It'll feel like you've zoned into a completely new location. On the PvE side of things, something I find especially interesting with Ashes of Creation is how content such as dungeons and raids will have adaptive difficulty
listen to this.
based
This
on
is
the
interesting.
performance of the party against previous bosses. So let's say your group absolutely steamrolls the first boss in a dungeon or raid. The next boss will then scale to be more difficult, unlocking additional mechanics, and as a result drop better loot. In addition, node development also has a big impact on PvE difficulty and content availability too. The higher the node level, the higher the level of mobs in the surrounding area.
I hope that the adaptive difficulty, obviously, like, this is what they've said is going to happen, is that like the adaptive difficulty functions on like multiple levels. But I think that if you really want something challenging, it has to be instanced. Like, that's just the reality. I think it has to be instanced. Because if you don't have that, you're gonna have just all kinds of fucking griefing, like bullshit. It's like the amount of like scaling mechanisms you have for difficulty are very limited because you can't use success of the mechanics as a metric because you can have people that can ruin that. So it's you have to have it be instanced. Like, I cannot see a universe where it's not instanced.
Perhaps there's a dungeon with
But like I'm like, that is to make it super hard. I'm not saying this is a bad idea in the open world, but I think if you really want to create challenging, like the pinnacle challenging PvE content, has to exist in an instance.
5 bosses inside. However, the 4th and 5th boss rooms only become accessible once the node has developed to city or metropolis
killed this guy.
stage. Additional mechanics and higher loot potential could also be locked behind the leveling of nodes. Obviously, this will take a lot of balancing, but I like the direction they're going in when it comes to PvE difficulty.
Yeah,
if
it's
they get it
interesting.
right, dungeons and raids could become infinitely difficult based on performance, which could also open up the potential for...
I like the idea of being able to beat something. I hope that it's not completely infinite.
Competitive PvE leaderboards if there was some kind of performance rating added on top of this system. Although Ashes of Creation won't be the first MMO to introduce a caravan system, shout out to Silk Road Online, it's certainly not a common thing we've seen in any of the other top MMOs in recent years. I think the last MMO to have something like this was Arcade. Storage in Ashes of Creation is not global. Warehouses where you store your items will be local to each
Like, that's cool. I think that's fucking badass.
MMO to have
like you go and you attack a big ass fucking a big fucking caravan.
Like this was Arcade.
And you bust the shit
Storage in
open
Ashes of
and it bursts open with all that person's shit. It's like a loot box, but it's a loot box of somebody else's loot. That's amazing. I love it.
Creation is not global.
Gimme the loot.
Warehouses where you store your items will be local to each node, and gatherable resources for crafting will be more or less plentiful based on biome or region.
I'm not sure how that's gonna go based on how it went with New World. I don't know. I am not like that worries me, but I think that everything we should like. I haven't played the game, right? So, like, we have to play the game and see what it's really like. Like, I played the alpha, but, like, that was just, like, very limited.
This means that players will be able to take advantage of localized economies by transporting goods from one region to another.
Like, they could always do something... Sorry, I just keep pausing. I just have so many opinions about this. They could always do something like what Valheim does, where, like, Valheim... You can move a lot of resources through portals, but you can't move ore through portals. So you have to think about moving valuable resources like together, and like also you can't move like the motor eggs, for example. But everything else you can move through portals, because I feel like having to move everything on its own would be very frustrating. So I think that maybe that could be confined to only certain types of expensive or valuable items. And I think that would not hurt the caravan meta at all, because why would somebody want to attack a caravan that's just got a bunch of grass in it, right? So of course they're going to attack the ones that are very valuable. But we'll see what happens. They should look at Valheim.
Based on supply and demand. This is done through the caravan system. Let's say you're a citizen of a node located in the desert biome. People need a lot of wood for crafting, but it's hard to come by in the desert. You travel to the forest, spend a few hours collecting or buying wood from other players, then you want to transport it back to the desert to sell on for profit or use yourself. You can go to the storage at the forest node and spawn a personal...
Like, I would say, like, visually...
Or use your...
Like, visually, this looks very appealing to me. I like the way this looks. This looks good.
Yourself. You can go to the storage at the forest node and spawn a personal caravan to then transport those goods. In doing so, the area around the caravan will become a moving open world PvP zone, in which players can choose to either attack or defend the caravan. There's incentives for either side. This is a risk versus reward system in which you could potentially lose your stuff if your caravan is successfully raided. The whole existence of the caravan system also opens up the possibility for players to become mercenaries and sell protection services to players wanting to transport their goods for coin, which is also pretty cool.
I think also, like, just giving players the ability to do stuff like that and then seeing what players do with it. Because, like, what would I do? So, like, clearly you can move your character around with whatever you need in your inventory. So there will be a lot of people who will just not use a caravan and just run themselves. So caravans will probably be used with, like, very, very large items. Like, let's say you craft, let's say like the helm of a battering ram, and like you can't keep that in your inventory, so you have to move that with a caravan, and it can only be moved with a caravan. I think that makes it very interesting. But whenever you're talking about like smaller items, and like obviously like yeah, like so for example, you would move the helm, or sorry, the helm of the battering ram around, and like that would clearly, there would be a vested interest in the people that helped form that in order to move that thing around. But I do think that a lot of people will probably just move it with, you know, personal caravans will be very uncommon. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
Monster coin events are a multiplayer horde defense activity that can take place at nodes. These events must be triggered by something significant happening in the surrounding area, such as node advancement, the death of a world boss, or constructing a certain building in the node. During a monster coin event, players must choose to either attack or defend. Attackers can use monster coins to transform into a monster and attack key objectives in the node, whilst defenders must defend against the attacking horde of monsters. Monster coin events cannot de-level a node, however they can kill important NPCs or disable buildings at the node for a while if the attackers are successful. Monster coins can be obtained via rare drops in-game, and the rewards for this activity are entirely cosmetic.
That's good. I like the idea of that. I think that's a really good idea, but I think that they need to make sure that whenever they do something like that, it is notifying the entire server. It's like you don't want to have like a big cool event like that happen, nobody knows about it. So like for example, let's say there's like a lunar eclipse and everybody can look up in the sky, they're like, oh my god, it's a lunar eclipse. Now we've got, like, that means there's going to be a vampire attack, or there's going to be a werewolf attack, or something like that. And you know that that's going to happen based off of the context of the weather. Or, like, for example, let's say it's, like, really rainy, and there's, like, you know, a 10% chance of it to be rainy one day, and a 10% chance of it, whenever it's rainy, to have tornadoes. And if there are tornadoes, there's like pretty much 100% chance that something like Alakir will spawn, or like some sort of wind elemental or wind god that you're gonna have to kill out in the open world that's a world boss. So like creating ways, because like a notification on the middle of your screen that says please proceed to node 17B for your mandatory fun encounter with Thundiran or with Ragnaros, I think that's stupid. But like you want to give their, like, let's say there's a mountain, or there's a volcano, and there's a chance, a 1% chance every day the volcano erupts. And the fucking volcano erupts, shit happens, the dragon flies out of the fucking volcano, you've got magma worms coming out of it too, that's attacking the city, and it's fucking awesome, right? And you put the volcano right next to a massive city, so everybody has a bigger vested interest in doing this. So you want to create ways that players can detect the changing of the world without using words. Without using words. Give people, like, you know, it's a blood moon, it's an eclipse, it's a volcano eruption, it's a rainstorm. You know, it's the same as like out in the open seas. Let's say there's a rainstorm out in the open seas. Well, there's got to be a sea serpent out there, obviously.
The final point I want to make when it comes to what makes Ashes of Creation so unique is the sheer scope of the game. When you combine all the features and innovations this game will have, it's
that's the best thing about the game, and also the main thing that people are concerned about is that how can a game promise this many things and actually be able to deliver?
Surely gonna be the biggest fantasy MMO ever made to date. 9 different playable races, both with male and female options, 480 square kilometer world size at launch, fully open world game where you can go from one side of the map to the other, no loading screens, dungeons, raids, world bosses, open world PvP with a criminal system, caravan P.
Let's say it doesn't. Let's say it only does half. It's still, I still think that's incredible. And also, let's say it does half on release. That doesn't mean they can't add it later on. Like, oh, Castle Sieges aren't ready yet. It's not going to be ready for 6 months. Okay, that's fine. Like, I'm waiting to see, like, yeah, let's just see what happens, man.
PvP, Castle Sieges, Node Sieges, Arenas, Duels, Guild Wars, Crafting and Artisan System, Monster Coin Events, Political System, Citizenship, Player-Run Shops, Taverns with Parlor Games, Top-Tier Character Customization, Transmog Cosmetic Collection, 64 different class combinations, 3 forms of player housing, both open world and instanced, achievements, leaderboards, gathering, questing, hybrid combat system, player-driven economy with localized storage, pets, massive guild system with guild halls, both land and water mounts, and 18 different biomes in the world. Every week or two the season changes, which makes zones feel completely different, and if all of that wasn't enough, something I often forget is that
I also think that they should have few servers but have them be absolutely massive. In my mind, I think a game like this actually could be interesting if there was a handful of different servers, as long as one of them didn't die and everybody didn't play on the same server. But I worry because like so much of this game is built around other people. So if you have a server that's not very populated, I think that the people that are playing on that server will have a tangibly worse experience. So like making sure that it's future-proofed for that, and also vice versa, future-proofed for overpopulation as well, because that's what happened with WoW, is that WoW, like the future-proofing that WoW has is layering. What is this game going to have? Is it going to need something? I think that honestly what they should do to future-proof is they should have things in their back pocket that they can do that will split up the player base. Like it will cause players to go to different locations on the map, so it doesn't look like everybody is all competing for the same resource. The server's gonna be griefed 100%. Yeah, and that's what I worry about.
The game will have an entire arcade-style naval system
One mega server?
where you
That'd be
can
perfect.
sail
I'd
across
love
the
that.
ocean on massive ships
That's
and
fucking
partake
cool.
in
Look at
naval
that.
PvP and naval trade routes.
I'm so excited
I've
for that.
probably forgot to mention a few features in that little ramble, but my point is, this game will be bloody huge. So huge that I can totally understand why people have been skeptical about the project since the inception.
Even the
But at
director,
this point,
Steven,
we
said
have
that.
seen most of these things that I've mentioned at some point in development live streams in recent years, so it's definitely all stuff that's being worked on. The only content we haven't seen much of at this point is the naval aspect of the game, although recently we've been shown some 3D models for the ships, as well as a giant sea monster boss,
That's
so
badass.
hopefully we'll see more of that soon. At this point you're probably saying, wow Peon, all of that sounds great, but I don't want to wait until 2030 to play this thing.
Too bad.
Hasn't the game been in development for years already? Yes, it has. But unfortunately, my MMO-hungry friends, this is a genre where games take...
Just bring it out when it's ready. Like, that's how I see it. Just bring it out whenever it's ready, bring it out. I think that not every single feature has to be 100%
I'll be
complete
back.
on release.
I'm going for a walk.
Like, you can have
Get a
things
smoke.
that you hold back because they're just not completely done yet, and you
And,
know, that's
yeah.
the